Hey, hear me out before attacking me and say that I'm a racist because I didn't think this movie was the best movie that Marvel ever made for a long time. Please just hear me out and hear why. Just stick to the video and understand my opinion about this movie. And just leave a like, leave a comment, and I'm gonna just show a little bit of my thoughts about this movie with no spoilers, and for you to judge if it's worth it for you to see. And I will develop a little bit more what I thought about the story, and at the end I'm gonna get my verdict. So let's go to the video. Okay, I guess people were expecting a little bit too much about this movie. I kept my expectations a little bit lower. Why? First of all, I didn't like the name of the movie. I had a problem with Wakanda Forever. So just so corny. Like, why did they name this movie this? But I get that. Okay, it's symbolic to the whole thing about the movie. Okay, I'll get that. The second thing, Chadwick Boseman unfortunately died from cancer, so we had to make another change for the plot of the movie that was going to be developed. But I thought it was, a lot of time to develop the movie. I guess they are not gonna make anything bad of it, But expectations are a little bit low. Just keep my expectations low so I don't get disappointed by anything. And the other part is that Shuri, the actor that does Shuri, she is an anti-vax. She's crazy. She delayed the movie several times, all because of her act. So, I was already being so down of, come on, she's gonna become the new Black Panther. Really? Couldn't you put anyone, really? But anyway, a person like that anywhere else would be canceled if you said anything. But if you're an anti-vax, I think it's okay. I'm not gonna judge. You have your intelligence, your opinion. But anyway, when you have this movie with this so huge expectations, because as I seen on another video that I posted, Black Panther has a rating of 95%. If you ever seen this movie, it's not 95%, but it's a very, very, very good movie. It's the only Marvel movie that I've watched 3 times in the cinema. For me, my opinion to this to this movie, okay. It's a movie that uses Black Panther's death in the beginning as a way to captivate people to be emotioned by this movie. They use that to make the think that the movie it's something else than it is. I think if they, of course, you cannot separate the two things, but I think the movie goes way better when they focus on themselves and their originality with Namor, with all this his how good of a villain he is. He's so great. His people has such an amazing story, and they chose to give so much impact on his death. I know it's so tragic his death is gonna be missed, but the movie needs to go forward. And I think in the beginning, at least, of the movie, it drags a little bit because of this. And then I had problems connecting myself with Shuri in this movie. They had so amazing characters, and she was gonna be the main one. Really, even Ironheart was better. I'm saying all of these things. I'm hitting a little bit because I'm gonna, make a smoother approach to this movie right now. But the action scenes are really good. They have better CGIs than some Marvel movies. Better for me than Black Panther. The plot is interesting in the beginning. It's a little bit slow. It doesn't have to have 2 hours and 40 minutes of movie. You can make it to 2 hours easily. A movie that has a little bit problems with brightness. I don't think it was just my experience. When you are in the water, you can see anything. But anyway, the plot is good. The actors, most of them are great. The story is good. The action scenes are good. But they have some flaws, and I'm gonna talk about it later in the spoilers check section. You can skip to this part if you want to spoil, and if you don't, just skip to my verdict. I'll say at the end of the video. Okay. So, okay, spoilers now, you were warned, okay? First off, we get to see how Black Panther dies. He dies from a unknown disease. And this is a bad thing for me because they don't bring up this disease at all after this movie, okay? He dies from a rare disease, and I don't know how to react to that, They could have made a little bit better his death, a little bit better, a little bit more effort, but the emotions were everywhere. And then you have the introduction of the movies with his logos and his faces of Chadwick during the recordings of the movie, and it was emotional. It was emotional. And you have his funeral, And then we see the development of, the plot of the movie, I guess. First off, we see that not only Wakandas have vibranium, also the people from Calotan, they have access also to this mineral, because if you think about it, the meteors, they fall on Earth, and there was only not the mineral falling in Earth. Earth is 2/3 water, so you can imagine that everything falls there. And they don't make any more explanations of how they use the mineral to embrace themselves. Only at some time in the movie, when you see this artificial sun that it really helped us to see underwater. Jesus Christ, can you fix the fucking brightness on? Because Jesus Christ, it was so dark. The movie was dark in all of the time. Maybe it was a choice from Daniel Coolidge, but it was a bad decision. Bad decision. And also a bad decision of using some slow motions who were out of time every time. It sounded like Zack Snyder with Brian Emmerhard. It wasn't good timing, my opinion. And half of the movie is some accusations of the countries trying to invade Wakanda, even though we don't see anything from people trying to invade Wakanda to get the minerals. They should show that this at least. They just speak about it. And the queen now from T'Challa's mother, we see her. She's a great actress. She's one of the best actresses on this movie. And you see the whole water, these gasoducts that stay on the water, and then they were trying to find vibranium under the sea, and then all this from Calotan, they just arrived there and show how powerful they really are. Because if you think about it, they are just like superhumans, because of the story that they tell during the movie, which is they were invaded by the Spanish, and then they used some seed that was supposed to save them. It was a little bit confused on how it happened. It's like they were reborn, but for example, are they immortal like Namor? Because it looks like they aren't, but they are pretty powerful. They have a good resistance as attacks. Only when the script tells them, because when they are fighting each other at the bridge, when they having an escape plan with Shuri and Yoko, I don't know the names of the characters, I'm sorry, and Ironheart. All of these scenes, we see that they are fighting, then they just wake up. And this doesn't happen anymore in the movie. They just said, they are so powerful to be beaten. And then at the end of the movie, they get beaten a lot. You have these problems during the movie, okay? Not only that, we see also Martin Freeman, which is appearing right now in this movie. He's a good adding to the movie, at least because of his moments that they have with the Queen, and the moves that he has with Wakanda. And you might seem that this review is a little bit confusing, just like this movie, because half of the movie, it's almost nothing. They make like 1 hour and a half of almost nothing. I had a bad time watching this part. It wasn't bad. It was slow. It was so damn slow. And Shuri is a bad actress. She couldn't. I'm sorry, I couldn't. She was sobbing, and I was like, I didn't care. I didn't care at all. She didn't show any emotion. Come on, any other character showed emotion. That fierce warrior that we see all the time, she one of the main daughter Milaje, she shows way more emotion every time she was showing something. It was beautiful. It was awesome. She was crying. She was actually showing something. Shuri just shows almost the same sad face all the time. Even her jokes, at least in Black Panther 1, they were working. This time, they weren't working at all. They weren't. Like, Ironheart made a substitution to that. And I have good things also just have good things to know about Ironheart. She's a good addition to the movie and to the MCU. Great actress, great personality. This invention kind of stuff. It wasn't forced. It was perfect. The only problem that I had was that Fortnite skin of an armor that she uses. Jesus Christ, couldn't have had any worse design for this armor. Come on. It was really bad. And then we see that, the Queen, there's this plot when Namor captures Shuri, which is the worst plan of all time, because he's trying to, they're gonna invade. He didn't thought that they were gonna invade his country, and then he gets pissed off when they do. Because come on, He was asking for that. He kidnapped her. He basically kidnapped Shuri to go over there. Like I remember it was something like this. Like she was kind of forced because you were in a situation where, oh, I can kill you now or I can bring you in. What do you want? Like it was a forced situation. So he couldn't. He was pissed off about that. You know, because his journey of redemption wasn't good. You know, at least at the end, he was approaching to do something good. The people from Calon, I forgot the name, from this country that he rules. They are really powerful. He is super powerful. He looks just like Superman, but he flies with his wings, and then he's super strong, and then he controls waters. And a good thing of the army also, they have a water bomb. It was amazing. It was like a water gun from Pokemon. He got this idea that the people from the surface were bad, so he was trying to kill them. It was just like a Killmonger, It has I think it has some backstory, But they make us think that we're dumb because, come on, he just could go up to the surface and see how's the world, Because, he's just protective. But he's protective of all over the ocean. Who gave him the right to rule the whole ocean? What? But I understand that, it wasn't a problem for me. I'm just remembering things right now. And another thing that I liked a little bit was was the fighting scenes that he had on the city. But the city was basically him invading the city all by himself. It was basically that. And they invaded him, and he showed how powerful he is. And he killed her mother. She just talked to Shuri. Oh, I'm gonna kill your mother. She killed her mother for nothing. Like, how can you want for me to believe in your cause if you're doing that? Come on, you're crazy. Like, maybe it was the director was supposed to do. Like, for me, it was, why? You're so dumb. Like, he had some dumb ideas. Like, come on. But just like I said, it looks like I'm gonna put a bad grade on this movie. But I actually like the movie because it had some good parts. The fighting scenes were good. The story itself wasn't a problem. It was just the punctual problems for me. And the last fighting scene was good, which was the fighting scene that they had with Shuri finally becoming the Black Panther, which I almost threw up in the cinema because Jesus Christ. And then she was. But the thing that was good, Jesus Christ, was at least when she was gonna be gonna have the reception from the spirits. Killmonger appeared and showed her how similar they were, and he was damn right because she was at the. I'm gonna go do that later, okay? She had a good plan at least to defeat Namor, which is drying him out because he needed water to regain his powers, and then he basically fried him. The fighting scenes with him were way better than T'Challa versus Killmonger, way better. This is a good point on the movie. This I cannot judge. And also the fighting scenes on this huge boat that the Wakandans had with the people from Calaton. Wow, this was so amazing. Like, the structure itself was so amazing. The fighting scenes were good. Choreography was good. This private fighting scene that they have also in the bridge, and also in that, which was this fierce warrior that faced Okoye, was so amazing. Like, the choreographies were really, really good. Like, this I cannot judge by, and I like that, And with all of that, all of this saying, and also how I see a lot of reviews now, they are claiming this movie to be awesome. And even though they are forgetting that they are making everything good, besides the fact that the movie is called Black Panther. Technically, Black Panther is supposed to be the main character of this movie. Namor stole all of that. And it wasn't because of the writing. It wasn't because of the director. It was because of Shuri. How lack of a personality she has. She doesn't show any kind of really interesting emotions for me to care for her to be a Black Panther, At least at the end of the movie, I thought they were gonna make something right with the battle against, Shuri, against, M'Baku. I am rooting for her to be destroyed and killed in that river for anyone. Anyone can beat her, She's not a good fighter. Okoye can go there. Oh, okay, pop, dead. She is not a good fighter at all. She just had the superpowers. She was evil until the last freaking second against Namor. She was gonna kill him, which she was entitled of. Okay, she could. But, you know, she was at the edge of killing him. And then, whoa, no, I'm good now because my mom called. Come on, I'm not dumb. Do something good, come on. So my hate most of this movie, this grade that I'm gonna give to this movie, is mainly because of Shuri. You know, it's mainly because of her. She's not a good main character. She was the worst main character of all of them. I hope they get it right because I did not like in the movie. Maybe I'm putting so much pressure on the actress because I don't like her. Maybe it's that. But I didn't see anyone making, oh, she was a great Black Panther. Shut up. If you're saying that, shut up. You're just saying that to get likes. You're just saying that to get likes. Come on. Because I'm being the rogue here. Because most of the people are saying that they love the movie. And I get that. You can like the movie. I like the movie. I was, like, at the end of the movie, I liked the movie. Like I said, it was worth it. It was worth it for me. But these particular points, which were the most important ones, they were thrown away. So my final, it hurt for me to say, my final grade for this movie, I may see the movie later so I can, take a final decision about it. I think it will go higher. But for me, the final verdict for this movie is 6.5. Come on, 6.5 can be a 7. I would say it's a 6.5 because of all these points for me who made the movie, so slow. My girlfriend who saw almost all the Marvel movies with me, she couldn't pay attention to the movie because it couldn't capture my attention also. I didn't fall for her, I was just interested in how they're gonna put Black Panther on it. I don't know, it was just so messed up, this movie. I didn't like, my opinion, I didn't like the movie a lot. There were so much better movies than Phase 4, which was not a good one. It ended Phase 4. It wasn't bad, but it could be way better. I think I'm being a little bit too harsh thinking about it now. I think a little bit too harsh now. But make the critics so they can change something. Come on, put some better freaking, do a recast of this character. Come on, she's so bad. Or maybe make the writing better, I don't know. What did you guys think about the movie? Did you like going to watch the movie? I'm gonna watch it again. Come on, I need to rethink of, maybe I watched the wrong movie. Come on. Leave a like, please subscribe, and I see you on the next video. Goodbye and peace.